Let me open the window. We should be. Let me see. We should be live, I think. Do we got someone? All right. So yeah, we are live apparently. So hello everybody, and welcome to this new and amazing live stream with Phil Storey, where we will talk about how we can manage basically WordPress. And it is a platform basically which is filling the gaps for main WP or managed WP, right? It is a more comprehensive platform that gives you a ton of features that you as an agency owner or working with many WordPress websites can help. So yeah. Also, if you have any questions during the live stream, feel free to put those questions in the chat. And I think now it's time to invite Phil. All right. Hello, Phil. You should be live.
Great. Hi, Simon. How's it going?
Hello. Yeah, really good. Really good. It's nice to have you. Thank you for accepting this invitation. And yeah, to begin with, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, for sure. And hello, everyone that's watching. So my name's Phil Storey. I'm the founder of a company called Glow. As Simon mentioned in his introduction, Glow is a WordPress management product. And yeah, I'm here to talk about, everything about my journey, I guess, today, how Glow began. And yeah, really the journey from how we started and where we are now.
Yeah, definitely. I have a couple of questions prepared, and if anyone are gonna have questions in the meantime, feel free to leave those questions in the chat. So, yeah, let's begin with the origins and the vision. So, what inspired you to start Glow, and what gap did you see in the WordPress management space?
Yeah, so my background is web design, right? So I ran a small web design company that I set up, kind of off the back of teaching myself how to write, basics kind of HTML and CSS, and then later I discovered WordPress, right? I built a small agency in the UK, which grew to a good size. We had a good team there in a city called Leeds in England. And we offered a number of services, right? We built WordPress websites. We offered, marketing related services as well. But always a big part of the business was the ongoing, website support and maintenance service that we offered, right? So we would build the site for the client, and then we would get them onto a retainer where they would pay us, to provide them with support and also carry out the regular technical maintenance work on the site to keep it secure, running quickly, etc. What inspired me to create Glow was Managed WP, right? Which may well be a product that your listeners have heard of, I'm sure. So Managed WP was, I guess, like the first to market amongst the WordPress, the management tools that we all now kind of know about, right? Many kind of household names in the WordPress community, I guess. So yeah, we used Managed WP in my agency for, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years, I guess. I guess, yeah, when you're building an agency and you get to a certain number of WordPress sites, it just kind of helps massively to have a centralized dashboard, right? Rather than having to log in and out of every website and kind of do things in that more manual way. So yeah, we found Managed WP. There was nothing else available at the time, I don't think, possibly Main WP. And yeah, it was really using that product that inspired me to create Glow, because Managed WP did a good job for our agency from the technical side of things, right? It was good for helping us monitor websites, update things in bulk, where previously we were doing everything manually site by site. So it was really good on the technical side. But obviously a huge part of that support and maintenance service that we provided our clients was the support element, right? So responding to client support requests when they needed us, or fixing something when they needed help, or adding some new content, or whatever it was, right? And ultimately we found that the product we were using at the time, Managed WP, didn't help us with that side of the business at all. Okay. So we were using email to begin with, right, to handle support requests, which was, just gets really messy really quickly when you're growing. So ultimately we moved to a ticket system, a product called Freshdesk, which again in its own right is a superb product. But Glow came about because I thought, well, what if we put these two things together in the same place, which none of the other WordPress management products were doing at the time, still aren't doing, by the way, still only Glow has done that. And I thought, well, this is going to help us as an agency, so I'm sure it's going to help other agencies, and that's it, man. That's how it began.
Yeah, so basically you find a gap in the product he was using and you try to put it together to one comprehensive solution where people don't need to switch the tabs to do different things, right? So this is really great. And how does the platform evolve since the inception of Glow?
A lot is the answer. I think any founder of a SaaS product will tell you the same. You start out with a particular vision and obviously try and stick to that as close as you can. But the more you take on customers, the more you find different opinions of, oh yeah, you should do this, you should add that, or oh, we don't need that, let's take that away. So kind of every week that goes by, we get new suggestions put to us for feature requests. The platform has evolved a lot. I would like to say that we have stuck very close to our original vision, which is support and maintenance in one dashboard effectively. But certainly in terms of like the slickness of the product generally, it's evolved a lot. Most kind of minimum viable products of any SaaS business, right, would be a very kind of basic piece of software. I remember when we did we very first launched to beta customers a couple of years ago. We got lots of positive feedback, but of course, on the whole, the feedback was, well, we're really gonna need X, Y, and Z, for us to, bring this product into the business fully in order for us to pay for it and that sort of stuff. So, it's evolved. It's evolved a great deal. But as I said, I think it's still very much in line with that original vision that I set out with. So I think that's important as well, right? Because you could very easily sort of say yes, try and say yes to every customer, every request, because of course you want to please customers, right? You want to make sure that they're having a good experience. But at the same time, it's important to make sure that you're listening to the right feedback and still keeping true to the original vision. So.
Yeah, definitely. And also, do the end users, customers have also way to pave the road and future features for the Glow in the community? It is a community-driven project.
It's not a community-driven project, but our customers know how to contact us to put feature requests forward. You can do that through our website. You can do it through the app itself. I think that's one big thing that we pride ourselves on at Glow. Really, is the kind of the closeness to the customer and the relationships that we have with them. I think there's kind of nothing more frustrating, right, than when you're paying for a product, a piece of software, and when you need some help, you can't get it, or you're directed through some AI or a chatbot. It's a very frustrating experience, and it's one that I have with other products, that I've used in the past. So I was always very, very, very adamant that would not happen with our customers, and that whenever they needed some support or wanted to be heard in any way, which could of course be a feature request, we're there for them. We can chat with them live, or they can leave us a message and we always get back as soon as possible. So we of course welcome feedback always, as we're building the product.
And this is really important for the SaaS products. Also to have community, we get the feedback, upload the features, which is really great. Sure. And it keeps the product alive and always something new, right?
It does, and it makes the customers feel like they're really part of it. They're part of the kind of the journey. So I totally, I'm totally behind that for sure.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the
Mm.
Glow's unique approach. And you a little bit talk about it, but what sets Glow apart from other WordPress management tools on the market? What,
So I think the easiest way to explain this is that um, the vast majority of other WordPress management products uh, focus pretty much entirely on the technical maintenance aspect of the service. Yeah. So whether that's backups, updating plugins, monitoring uptime, yeah, the
yeah,
technical aspects of what you might call the care plan service, right? Which is obviously a common name that agencies will use for the service. So if you think of a care plan, there's lots of different things that an agency would offer as part of that care plan to the client. And when you look across the market of WordPress management tools, the vast majority of them only go as far as offering the maintenance, the technical maintenance features of the service. Whereas Glow is a little bit different in that it does have those technical maintenance features, of course, because it's obviously an essential part of the service.
yeah,
But really, we also approach it kind of more from the commercial side of things as well, and of course specifically the support element of that service. So I talked a little earlier about the client support element of Glow. So there's a support ticket system built into the product, which is beneficial for a number of reasons, and that itself is unique in the market.
yeah,
But we also have, for example, a time tracking element, a very thorough client report element, and various kind of related features to kind of looking after the client and sort of helping the agency, retain that client for longer and grow their revenue, and their profit margins and help them to bring on more clients. So, yeah, we're also one of the newest players in the market, right? And I guess the accepted setup in the WordPress management tools market is just the maintenance features, right? So where we're coming
yeah,
in and being a little bit different, we're sort of course, at the same time trying to change, I guess, a little bit the what's expected of a WordPress management tool. Really, we get a lot of great feedback about the way that we're approaching it, and you kind of bringing this all into one dashboard. So. I guess that's kind of the unique elements of Glow,
yeah.
really.
And what are the biggest challenges in managing multiple WordPress websites? And how does Glow tackle those challenges?
Well, of course, we all know that there's an infinite number of ways that you can set up a WordPress website, of course, right? With the number of plugins that are available through the repository, it's literally an endless list of the ways that you could set up a WordPress site. So when you're an agency and you're managing lots of different sites, there's always scope for maintenance related issues to occur, right? That could be through the client logging in and doing something that you didn't expect them to do, or a member of your team breaking something, or
Yeah,
the hosting environment going down. I mean, there's a myriad of ways that challenges could be presented to the agency. And then of course there's just the general looking after the client as well, right? Becomes a bigger challenge the more clients you take on and the more sites you manage, right? You need to have systems and processes in place as you grow to make sure that you can look after those clients. Because let me tell you, if you don't do a good job of looking after the client, it doesn't matter what you've got in place for updating plugins and taking backups. The client's going to leave, right? So, whereas if you do a really good job of looking after the client, they're going to stay, right? It's as simple as that. Every client in the world understands the difference between whether they are getting good support from their service provider or whether they're getting bad support, right? The challenge of making sure that you do a really good job of that support just can get more complicated the bigger you grow, right? Which is why, having a good system in place or a good piece of software like Glow can really help.
perfect. And now we have a really good question on topic from Carlo, and he's
Mm.
asking: when updating WordPress through Glow, how would you know that nothing is broken?
Yeah, so Glow doesn't have like a visual regression testing, inbuilt into the product yet. It might be something that we add in the future. But I would always start by saying, if you've built the site yourself or you've built your client's sites, of course, you should always make sure that you're using very reputable, well-reviewed, stable third-party plugins, right? So, just firstly to mitigate your chances of anything going wrong when you do update the sites. That was something we always made sure we did through our agency. So when you're updating in Glow, it's essentially the same as updating in WordPress, right? If you were to log into WordPress, go to plugins, run the updates that are available, all Glow is doing is instructing WordPress to perform those updates, right? So there's kind of no difference really in the update process itself. It would be fantastic for us to have some kind of visual regression testing built in so that Glow sort of just tells you if something has gone wrong. So at the moment you would check the site to make sure there was nothing broken after you'd performed the updates. What Glow will give you is reliable failed notices. So let's say you run, 10 updates across 5 websites. You will get a progress status for each of those updates. And if anything does fail, Glow will tell you, and it will tell you why it failed. So if you, again, imagine performing that update in WordPress, when you get a failed update, you get the little red box against the plugin that says failed, and it tells you why. And Glow will just basically do the same thing, right? So that's kind of, potentially an indication that, you might want to check something afterwards.
And also still, because it is a WordPress ecosystem, even if you build sites to high standards, if there is bad update from the plugin developers,
very true.
There's nothing you can basically do. You can just restore the backup, or
you can restore the backup. Exactly. As I said at the start of that section, really, it would be no different to performing the update in WordPress, right? Glow basically gives you the ability to just do more of them at the same time, right? Across multiple sites. But if the update breaks in Glow, it would have broken in WordPress as well. It's just instructing WordPress to run those updates. So yeah, as you say there, Simon, if something went wrong, you can just restore from the backup.
Speaking of backups, do Glow offers or some integration with backups straight from the management dashboard for the WordPress websites?
So for backups, Glow integrates with Updraft Plus, which I'm sure again that you've heard of it. It's been around as a piece of backup software for almost as long as WordPress has been around, right? So we very intentionally wanted to integrate with those guys because it's basically as reliable as WordPress backups get. It just works, which ultimately any customer of any product, that's the main thing they want, right? When they're using it, they want it to work. It's just a superb solution. So you've got everything that you need through there. You can choose your third-party storage location. You can restore backups. You can obviously control your schedule. You can back up as often as every 2 hours. So pretty much you name it, you can do it through that integration. And then Glow reports everything in your dashboard, right? So you can see a history of all the backups taken. You can access any of them. You can control the schedule from Glow. And basically pretty much everything in Glow integrates with our reporting feature, right? So even through an integration like Updraft, you can still display that kind of confirmation to your client in reports that you are, you're keeping a regular backup schedule for that
because
site.
they would like to see what they're paying for. If you put daily backup,
precisely,
you want to see it, right?
In
that management. All right, perfect. That's really great. And are there any future integrations coming for the backups? Because there are plenty. Like the second most popular is WP Vivid, right?
Yeah. At the moment, we're not planning to add any other integrations. It might be something we do in the future. We will be introducing quite a few other integrations next year, generally, for other parts of the product. Possibly for backups in the future, but nothing planned at the moment because the Updraft Plus one works so nicely. But I take your point there, Simon. That might be nice to do because if you're already using, for example, WP Vivid, and that would just work beautifully with Glow, and everything gets recorded already. So yeah, that could be nice.
Personally, for me, I like to do manual backups in CLI with cron jobs. I don't need
Okay, yeah. I always used to just rely on our hosting company, to be honest.
yeah. Well,
They did daily backups. It works
yeah.
beautifully. So,
For
but
me,
I get having a backup of a backup is quite a nice peace of mind as well.
for me, I'm my own hosting company, so
Yeah. Okay. There you
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see. Because the WP Vivid is the second most popular because they have all the time the LTD deals, and many people are just purchasing the WP Vivid, and so that's
Yeah.
why.
I actually put a post up on LinkedIn a couple of weeks ago asking people to tell me if they were building a new website now, what would be the 5 plugins that they would always
Yeah,
use. So obviously like Yoast SEO is in there, ACF Pro, WP Vivid came up a few times actually. So I guess that's growing in popularity as well now. So that's really cool. Really cool.
and we have follow-up questions from Carlo.
Cool.
He's asking if reports, ticketing, and all the kind of things, it all
It
come
is.
from GDPR.
It does, yeah. It does indeed, yeah. So we have strict policies on all of that, and obviously have to comply with those regulations being in Europe here. So yeah, happy to provide Carlo with more information on that afterwards, of course, if he would like any kind of further clarification on that.
All right. So the servers are in European Economic
They
Area.
are, yeah, yes, they are, yeah.
I guess Germany. They had strict.
I'm not sure if it's exactly. I don't know the exact location, but it's definitely in Europe. So I'm not the software, the tech guy. So AWS and all of that. I know it's all through AWS, and I know it's European based servers. But yeah, like the more technical information I would have to get from my team. But I'm happy to provide it, of
definitely.
course.
So we can also provide a DPA, right? Data processing agreement to send.
Yes, can do the same. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So
yeah,
I'm gonna leave also in the description your contact, your LinkedIn, where I can contact you if
that'd be
you have
amazing.
questions. And
I'm on LinkedIn every day. So yeah, if
I
there's more
see
questions,
always when I wake up in the morning, you got new posts.
Yeah, quite a few people tell me that. That's good. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Awesome.
So yeah, I think security we got covered. And yeah, here is one interesting question that I prepared for this. Let me follow up. And Carlo is also asking, does it affect speed performance? You mean speed performance of the WordPress in the front end, Carlo?
I think that's what Carlo will mean, right? So maybe while Carlo is following up with another message, I'll probably just take it because. So if you, Simon, or Carlo perhaps have used any similar products to Glow in the past, you might be aware that I think pretty much all of them require you to install their plugin on your client's websites, right? So in Glow's case, when you add one of your client's websites to the platform, part of the process is installing our plugin on your client's website. And it's a great question. It's actually a very, very common question that we get asked. So the answer is no, it doesn't slow down your client's sites. The plugin is very, very lightweight. It does quite a lot of stuff, but it doesn't kind of slow down the site in any way. So no, you're good to add that without any worries over the kind of performance of the site itself. So yeah.
All right. Thank you, Carlo, for a question.
Thanks, Carlo.
If you have any, or anyone, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the chat and we will talk about those questions. All right. And here we go. Client communication is a key Glow feature, right?
Yeah.
So what improvements or tools does Glow offer for reporting and support?
What improvements or tools does Glow offer for reporting and support? Okay, cool. So the I guess like the flagship unique selling point of Glow is the support ticket system, right? So I mentioned a few minutes ago about how Glow was created because when we were using Managed WP, it was really cool for the technical maintenance stuff, but it did nothing for us on the support side, right? So we wanted to bring that support element into the tool. So I mean, there's just numerous benefits, right, of having a support system in the same dashboard as where you're doing your technical maintenance work. So firstly, everything's in one place. It's only one login instead of multiple logins. I think massively that a support ticket system generally is just a better way to handle support requests from clients. It's a better way than email, right? Especially when you get more clients, right? If you've got 1 or 2 clients, you can probably do it on email, right? But as soon as you start hitting 10, 15, 20, 25 clients, you need a ticket system. It's so much easier to manage everything. Of course, if you have a team as well, you know, have a team of developers handling these requests as you get bigger, again, it just wipes the floor with email, basically. So that having the ticket system built in is obviously very, very, very helpful. It kind of links to reporting, which was the other part of your question, Simon, because if you think of a WordPress management tool that kind of doesn't have any support element to it, well, when you come to creating a client report with that WordPress management tool, you're either not going to include any information about support because you can't, or you're going to have to do it manually, right? Which is very time consuming, basically. Obviously, it's much worse if you don't report on it at all, because there's so much value to show the client in relation to the support that you've been providing to them. You know, you can remind them, look, we've helped you with 5 or 6 requests this month. This is what we did. This is who did it. This is how much time it took, you know, and that is massive value to the client. And that's what you've got to keep showing the client in order to keep them as a client, right? You've got to keep proving the value of the service to them. And having support related information on the report is a great way to do that. So as I said before, if you don't have a support element to your WordPress management tool, you're either not going to report on it, which is really bad, or you're going to have to add it manually, which is just time consuming, right? Whereas with Glow, because the ticket system is built into the product, it automatically links with the reporting feature. So when you come to create reports, or if you use our automated report feature, which just creates and sends them for you, it just picks the information out of the ticket system. So you don't have to create it. It just puts it all there for you. So super easy. So they are, some huge benefits there, I think, from the support side of things.
And we have another follow-up question from Carlo about the support. Does the client file a ticket through their website dashboard, or do they have to visit another link?
That's a great question. Yeah. So there's 2 ways that a client can raise a ticket to you. So they can simply send you an email, okay, which 99% of clients will do.
Of course.
So in Glow, you can just create. You basically tell Glow what your support email address is, right? So maybe it's help@youragency.com. Yeah. So you tell Glow what that email address is. Then when your clients send an email to that address, it just gets forwarded into Glow as a ticket. Okay. So great for the client because they don't have to learn a new system. They can just stay in email and keep asking you there for support. And for you, it's better because you have a support dashboard to manage all of the tickets. So that's one way, is through email. And the second way is through Glow. Okay. So from your Glow account, you can create user accounts for your clients. Yeah. So you can send them a login to their own dashboard where they can log in and raise and reply to support tickets to you. And you can actually brand that dashboard to match your agency logo, color scheme, and things like that. So yeah, good question. So it's email or dashboard.
Yeah. So you really think about every aspect of the communication with the client back and forth, right?
Well, I think it's funny because you asked me earlier, like, what's been one of the key evolutions of the product, and I think the way that we allow you to raise a support ticket is one of the big ones, right? Because when we created the product in the first place, your clients had to log into the system to raise a ticket, and that the feedback we were getting from beta customers was, well, we don't want to give our clients another login. We don't want to teach them a new system, So a big step forward was when we released the ability for clients to just raise a ticket by sending you an email, right? It was a big step forward for the ticket system. So yeah, I'd like to think we've thought of quite a lot of the elements of support. There's more to come for sure. But I think certainly if you're if you're an agency managing a good number of clients, it's a really good setup for the support side of things.
Yeah, definitely. And now I can see a little bit glow shifting from the WordPress management to basically to keep the customer happy and the communication with the customer, right?
Yeah, you've nailed it, man. You've hit the nail on the head, is what we would say in England, right? So, yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, we have a really good offering for maintenance and support.
Yeah.
And we're really going to hammer kind of down that support element route now, because we know how much value there is there for your client, right? So, giving you data points that are going to be helpful as you grow your agency, understanding customer satisfaction, that kind of stuff as well. So, yeah, watch this space. There's more to come there for sure.
Yeah, that's why I ask, because within the WordPress management, there's basically it is a static thing, right? You just update, that's it. But with the customers, right? You try to innovate. Is the way how they can communicate with you, but you want to have everything logged in so you can send the reports what you've done, basically.
Yep.
So yeah, this really the future looks bright.
I think so. I think it's good to bring something different, to have a different offering in the industry. And I think ultimately we just want agencies to realize the potential of a WordPress support and maintenance revenue stream in the business, right? I mean, I've spoken to some. It is, man. I think it is. I've spoken to some big agencies, man, who don't have a revenue stream for support and maintenance. I mean, it's just like, and these are like good size agencies. They're hosting like a few hundred websites, but they're just hosting. They just charge the annual hosting fee, and they've not been charging a monthly support. This is thousands of dollars or pounds of revenue, euros of revenue every month that they're missing out on, in some cases. So yeah, I think there's huge untapped revenue potential for some agencies out there for sure.
Definitely, yeah, because building a website is one-time payment, but how is your agency gonna live through?
Yep.
Care plan.
Yep. All the way.
If the customer don't want to sell care plan, don't want to buy it, you can give them a website owner's manual from the admin bar.
You can.
You sign it.
Yes, you could do that.
And if something breaks, you charge 4 times more than the care plan. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Easy.
That's what I recommend all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
It works.
Yeah.
Right. And we have also another follow-up from Carlo. Keep them coming, Carlo. No problem.
Thanks, Carlo.
I was going to ask about the integration, but what about connecting with WhatsApp? Would that be
so WhatsApp is an integration that we have planned for next year, actually. So it will kind of spread across different parts of the product. So support ticketing is one of them. We just actually integrated with Slack. Okay, so for example, now through the uptime monitor, if any of your clients' websites go down, you can get a notification to Slack. So we have WhatsApp planned for the uptime monitor as well.
Yeah.
So you can receive notifications there. But in relation to tickets, what we're looking at for WhatsApp is basically to allow you as the customer of Glow to say to your clients, just send us a WhatsApp message to raise a support request. And that would get created as a ticket in your Glow dashboard. So we're looking at WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger for those first two in relation to creating tickets. So it's a good question. It's not something we have right now, but it is absolutely something that we'll be adding next year. Yeah.
But I mean, do you have webhooks where you can set up custom endpoints you manage? You do have that option?
So we don't have like a public. Again, I'm not the tech guy, so I don't always understand the techie questions. But we don't have like a public API yet, for example. Okay. So it's not you can't sort of connect other apps to Glow yet. But yeah, again,
it is in the roadmap.
I'm sure that's something we'll be releasing in the future. Yeah, it's also quite a popular request. Is the public API.
Yeah, because most of my viewers basically they like to self-host like open source applications and integration with webhooks, because you can take one data point and you can split it to various things, right?
Yeah.
Not only to the WhatsApp, Slack, and those kind of things. So
yeah, sure. Yeah. No, I totally understand the benefits of having that in place for sure. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Seriously, looking forward. And do you have some public roadmap also on the website where people can check?
Yeah, it's on the website. Yeah, okay, if you scroll to the bottom of the website in the footer, there's a roadmap link there, so you can see what we're working on now, kind of what's under consideration, what's coming next, and also what we've recently released as well. So it's pretty comprehensive there. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that there's integrated with the Uptime robot. That's very
Yes.
nice.
Yeah, we did an integration with them at the beginning of the year. So as I was talking about Updraft Plus earlier for backups, kind of the same approach, really. They're about as good as it gets for uptime monitoring in the world, right? So again, we very intentionally went with those guys because, yeah, it's such a good service.
Market,
so
right? And it's a win-win for both platforms.
It's win-win for both. You don't, as a Glow customer, you don't need an Uptime robot account. You only need a Glow account. Yeah, so you don't have to go setting up other accounts or anything like that. So, yeah, it's such a great service, man. It's very, very reliable. Yeah.
Perfect. And also one of my personal question, and also from the SaaS landscape, that many products, for example, they tend to increase pricing as the infrastructure costs go high each year with the energy and those kind of things. So are you increasing pricing, for example, within some periods on those kind of things?
We don't have any plans to increase prices at the moment. No, the pricing model seems to work well with customers at the moment. It's quite flexible. I like to think it's quite easy to start. If you're managing a few sites, our lowest plan is only $49 a month. It's not going to break the bank. If you've got a good business set up there managing some sites, and then it's very flexible, right? So we actually have kind of the sort of the traditional tiered pricing model. Yeah. So three different plans. Each plan has a quota of websites that you can add to the plan. But we kind of recently introduced a pay-as-you-go option as well. So when you hit that quota, if you don't want to just upgrade to the next plan, you can just simply add websites on a pay-as-you-go basis beyond there. So it's very flexible in that regard. And the more sites you add, the cheaper it gets per site per month, if that makes sense. So it's sort of volume discounted in that sense. Yeah.
And also, I have to ask, do you have some LTD deals?
No, we don't.
It kills SaaS businesses, lifetime deals.
Yeah, I guess it could do. Look, and I know some other products, launch on places like AppSumo and that, and they can be great for kind of getting the word out there. Totally understand that, but no, I guess those limited, those lifetime deals. I think they can be good for kind of, just kind of plugins. It's funny because I don't really consider Glow as like a plugin in the ecosystem. I mean, obviously we have a plugin, but I think of as, I guess, slightly different to that. It's I guess more of a traditional SaaS really that just happens to be in the WordPress space. So there's no lifetime deals at the moment. We do occasionally have like coupons and stuff at different times of the year, but we're not going to have any kind of $100 for the whole lifespan or anything like that, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I understand. So Carlo is also asking question, will I get some offer for my customers?
Yes, for Webnessify clients, you will do. So drop me a message, Carlo, and I'll go through that with you afterwards happily. Just add me on LinkedIn is the easiest way to get hold of me. So
okay, perfect. Or maybe if you can create some coupon or something, so I can include in the newsletter.
For sure. This conference. Yeah, happy to share that. Yeah.
So yes, Carlo, you will get some deal. Thank you for the questions. All right, so I think we covered most of them. Yeah.
Awesome.
There is one more question that I wanted to ask, and it's gonna be helpful basically for everyone. And that would be, let me pull it up here. What advice would you give to agencies looking to streamline their WordPress site management?
Oh, it's a great question. Well, firstly, get a good centralized dashboard product in place, right? So having that one place where you can manage all of your sites is, I consider it crucial, really. I said it a while ago. If you're only managing one or two sites, you don't really need it, right? You can handle that yourself manually very easily. I think the magic number is around about 10. I think when you get to sort of 10, 12, 15 sites, having a centralized dashboard will be will be very, very useful. And I guess that's probably where the word streamline comes in, right? Because it's essentially streamline equals efficiency, right? Which is one of the key things we're trying to do with Glow, is ultimately help you to be more efficient in the delivery of WordPress support and maintenance. So definitely, firstly, is that piece of software, that dashboard, whatever you want to call it, that allows you to kind of have everything in one place with one login. I think your team is very important, so having, depending on the size and of course the number of sites you're managing, but the personnel, the people within your company who are looking after this, make sure there are people that are responsible, for looking after the sites, and being able to collaborate, amongst your team using that software I mentioned a few minutes ago, right? So, take Glow as an example. You can collaborate with your teammates on support requests. You've got a very clear idea in there as well of who did what for which website and when they did it and how much time they spent, So all of that helps towards efficiency. And then, of course, anything that you can automate as well is going to help you with streamlining, right? So I talked again a few minutes ago about reports and how, in Glow, you can fully automate the reporting process, right? So you can have Glow create and send reports to your clients on a periodical basis whenever you want them to be sent. So obviously there's lots of different ways you can automate, but generally, and we're trying to bring more features into Glow that will help you with automating as well. But generally speaking, the more you can automate, I think is going to be helpful for streamlining. So the three things for me would be the dashboard, the centralized dashboard to have, one place to manage everything, the team, and automations as well. So I think,
and also I have to ask, because this is a big topic nowadays, what about AI?
We've got a few ideas for bringing AI into Glow. It's not a priority, I'll be totally honest, for us right now. I think a lot of SaaS have rushed to AI and kind of pigeonholed something into the product where it doesn't really feel very good. LinkedIn is one of those, actually. I mean, every day when I'm using it, it's like, go away, like I don't need that. So obviously we wouldn't be just rushing something into the product just to say we have AI in the product, So, but there's some things cooking. We've got some ideas, but nothing kind of like right now that's being worked on specifically. So we have other priorities at the moment. So
because I personally can see myself like the AI helper, basically ask, did I miss this day some task, or those kind of things,
Yep. We
Because,
had a great suggestion from a customer recently, actually, who they send out these really cool, really detailed reports just on email to their clients. I think they do it every week or every month, maybe. And they're created by AI, right? They're just sort of summaries of what the agency have done for them in the month, So I think that would be kind of an obvious thing that we could look to do in Glow. I think anything that's sort of helping you consistently prove the value of your service to your clients, and if you don't have to spend the time doing it, even better, So that's probably the area that we would be bringing it in the future.
And can you also explain, where you add a new customer to the Glow, can you also set what tasks need to be done in each interval? So, for example, if you miss something, you will get notification that this task haven't been done. Do you have something like that?
No, we don't. We had that question from a customer last week as well, actually, an agency in the UK. So, it's a good question. I think it again probably is something that we will bring to the product in the future. I kind of consider that more. It's almost project management, isn't it? That sort of task management side of things. I get the use case. I totally get it. Almost like I guess you could call it like a maintenance schedule, maybe, or something like that. If you apply it specifically to WordPress sites, so you could build your schedule in Glow, right? We need to do A, B, C, D, E, and then Glow's going to remember those things and tell you when to do them. So, we don't have that now. It may come as part of quite a big thing that we're going to be building in the future, but we'll see. We'll see. I see the benefit of it for sure. Again, good suggestion.
Yeah. Or for example, customer can set up different care plans they offer, right? With each task and each feature, right? That can be also, but
Exactly.
that's why I'm
Exactly.
seeing the Glow moving to more to do CRM space, right? Not the WordPress management.
Hey, look, man. Yeah, I don't know if it would be CRM, but yeah, I think just pushing the boundaries of what's expected of a WordPress management tool is a good way
Yeah.
to look at it, right? Instead of just staying in that maintenance corner, it's just thinking a bit more about, well, what else is involved in this service that agencies offer, right? And they all offer these other things, so
Yeah.
why not bring them into the tool, right? And allow you to handle them from the same place. So
Basically to
yeah,
streamline every process.
streamline's a good word. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much. Yeah, man. Yeah,
I have some. I think I have one more question. For example, what
yeah.
features are you missing from competition, like from managed WP, main WP?
That's a good question. I think. I mean, I don't kind of obviously log in and look at those guys all the time. I think managed WP is pretty static these days. Doesn't seem to be releasing anything particularly new. Um, I guess what we're missing from those, it could be that the visual regression stuff, or the maybe they're like the safe update.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you perform a plugin update, if it went wrong, it would roll it back. We don't have that. So at the moment, it is still a manual check on your side in
Yeah,
relation to updates. However, we've had lots of customers move to us because those features don't work very well in other products either. So yeah, I mean it's horses for courses, I guess, in that sense. But I think that
hit
would
and
maybe
miss.
be one
Yeah,
thing that would
yeah.
hit and miss, exactly. That would be one thing that springs to mind. Yeah, I struggle to think of many others, to
Yeah.
be honest with you, at
So
this point.
basically, you can create the blog post on each site, right?
Okay, that's a good example for main WP. Yeah, so we don't have anything that's sort of content related, I guess, in
Ah,
WordPress. Yeah, you couldn't sort of. Yeah, I guess another thing might be comments. You can't sort of manage comments or spam from
mm-hmm.
Glow yet. So yeah, you will. If you go to somewhere like main WP, you will definitely find more technical maintenance features than you would find in Glow. But again, that's kind of been intentional from our side because we've wanted to focus on the support side, the
Exactly.
more
Yeah, yeah,
kind
yeah.
of commercial side, I guess.
Yeah. That is where
Um,
main WP fall off short because it is for you and not for communication with you and customers, right?
yeah, yeah,
I
exactly.
see.
It's quite a different product, really, when you think about it.
Yeah.
It's there's overlap, but I think
But
it's almost a different customer, actually. Sometimes, sometimes.
yeah.
Again, there's always overlap still, but it's quite different, really.
And it's really good. There is competition and customers can choose, right?
It's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. It's great. It's healthy, and it's as you know, it's a huge market as well. So
We'll
there's
see how it
a lot
ends
of
with those
customers.
things with,
Well,
you know,
yeah, yeah,
we'll see.
indeed. We'll see how that plays out
If
for
we're gonna
sure.
go back to the roots and put HTML, CSS, right, manually,
Yeah, I hope not. I hope not.
then
But we can't control that, can we? So we just need to see how that plays out, I guess. But
yeah,
it's
yeah,
yeah,
definitely. And
the
yeah,
sooner the better would be nice for everybody, I think.
yeah.
Conclusion.
All right
Yeah,
then. And also, I forget to ask, what about? Do you have some integrations with security plugins, for example, to manage
yeah,
plugin
yeah,
vulnerabilities?
yeah. We do. We have an integration with WordFence at the moment.
Perfect.
So again, you don't have to install WordFence on your client sites because we access the information through their API. So we don't have a malware scan. I think that might be something again with main WP. So there's no malware scan yet through there, but we do have all of the security vulnerability information. Right? They have a vast database of known
Definitely. Yeah.
security vulnerabilities. So again, Glow just matches. It does a match against a vulnerability that might match a plugin in one of your clients' websites. Right? So tells you about it, tells you how to fix it, records it when you fixed it, shows it to the client. So yeah, that's all. That's
And
all in there.
it is using the premium database from the API that is included in the base
Oh, that's a
pricing of the Glow.
good. Oh, it's all included in Glow. So Glow, all features are included on
Mhm.
every plan, basically.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Yeah, there's
Because I know
no
because
differentiation between plans.
I'm
Yeah,
also using the WordPress API, but the free
got it.
one, which got a little bit later than the
Yes.
premium rate.
Do you know, I'm not. I can't actually remember to be honest with you, but it's comprehensive. I know that it's
Yeah.
yeah. It seems to pick up everything it should pick up. So yeah.
And any possible integration or a partnership with the patch stack?
At this stage, not. I think if we, for whatever reason, if we started getting a lot of customers telling us that the vulnerabilities feature was not reliable or wasn't delivering what they wanted, maybe we would then look to integrate with a different platform. Obviously, PatchStack being a very reputable one.
Yeah.
So yeah, at the moment we just don't have any reason to be honest with you. But yeah, if who knows in the future, it's possible, I guess.
Yeah, anything is possible.
It is for sure. It is, but yeah, look, integrations are great, right? If they're meaningful and they like genuinely enhance the user experience and
Yeah.
and make things easier for the customer, then of course we'll be open to bringing them into the product. So yeah.
All right, Phil. And any planning to open source this project in the future?
Not at the moment. No.
Okay. I understand.
No, I'm
Yeah.
afraid not, mate. No.
All right. All right, Phil. And yeah, if you have any questions, who is watching feel free to leave the questions in the chat because time is also running out here. So yeah, if you have any questions, yeah, feel free to leave them. We will ask Phil.
Yeah, I was just going to say actually as well, because it looks like Carlo, for example, isn't on LinkedIn. And I mentioned that I'm there regularly, so you will always get hold of me there. So maybe afterwards, Simon, we can leave some other contact details for me. I'm cool with that, like my email or something. But also you can go through the Glow website, right? There's a little pink circle in the bottom right corner of the screen, and you can just leave a question there or chat to us there. In normal business hours. So.
Or maybe I was thinking integrating Glow into the webnest if I become MSP, right? And I will get it as customer benefit. We will see.
There you go. Easy.
We will see.
Yeah, even better. That'd be awesome.
So you don't need any coupons. You just need to be webnestify customer.
Yeah, there we go. Easy.
Okay. Yes, Carlos.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Really, yeah, thanks, Carlos.
Very much. Yeah, perfect.
Thanks for the questions.
All right then. So yeah, I think Phil, that's it for this, and
thanks,
I really appreciate your time. And yeah, I'm looking forward to possibly work together. That would be really great.
Thanks for your time, man. I really appreciate it, and it's giving me the platform to talk to some new people that maybe aren't part of my network already is always a privilege. So yeah, thank you very much. It's been great.
All right, Phil. So yeah, we will be in touch. Thank you very much.
Thanks, man. Thanks, guys.
Okay,
bye.
Bye-bye. All right, so there we have it. It was a really great session with Phil, and many of you probably didn't even know that Glow exists in the market of the WordPress management space, and it's tried to do things a little bit different, right? Because with the traditional platforms like main WP, managed WP, is not focused on the customers, right? So that's where Glow fills the gap. The communications with your customers, where you can put your support tickets, more comprehensive reports, etc., right? But still, you get the basic WordPress management, updating plugins, themes, and those kind of things, integrating with backups, etc. So yeah, it is really, really nice and cool product that I also discovered recently myself through one of my friends commenting on the Phil post in the LinkedIn, and what's Glow, So yeah, I had to try it. Invited Phil on this live stream to tell a little bit more, and yeah, that's really great that we have a lot of choices in the market with the WordPress management. And yeah, Glow, give it a try. I will include probably tomorrow the coupon, the discount for the Webmastify viewers. And yeah, give it a try. Let me know in comments. And thank you very much for watching. And see you in the next one.